Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Scandal podcast. What was that?
I was going to say dinosaur train.
Oh,
I didn't know
trust
when you
me.
started.
Are you ready?
I was going to say
Yeah. It doesn't need to be tested every time.
okay.
But yeah, welcome back, guys, to another week.
Oh, this is still recording.
Yeah, this is
Then pause it.
No.
Okay, this is fun. This is okay.
These are your hosts, John and
Chris.
yeah. So back to another week, and if you haven't noticed, or maybe some of you
Oh,
have.
you all have noticed.
Yeah, notice that it's been a year since we started this.
Exactly a year. So we just, right before we start recording, we noticed that the publishing date for the first one was April 7th.
Which was yesterday. Actually, I don't think we had like a
We
scheduled
did it on
day.
the National Beer Day. We didn't even recognize that.
Okay. Oh yeah, I totally missed that yesterday too.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, oh well, we missed it. You know, we already had dinner. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guys, big announcements coming. No, I'm scared. But I think we are gonna start putting our face to this episode out there for you to see.
Your wait is over.
Yeah, your wait is over. You will finally figure out who it is
And you're
behind
gonna,
this.
I know that now our
Views
gonna
and
go
streams. They're gonna
skyrocketing.
skyrocket. We've been look maxing for this guy. No, I'm just kidding. We have nothing.
Oh, look, Maxim.
But maybe we will after this. So yeah.
But we thought about actually like recording this, like when I think that would be the perfect thing because, like John said one time, we have a lot of facial expressions that is not being recorded and shared. But right now it's gonna make it logistically super complicated. So we're just gonna like have like little shorts kind of thing.
Like a short intro, like, hey, maybe we can do it where, like, if, depending on what we talk about, the background has something to do with it. Or the scenery setting, right?
Yeah. That
Somewhat,
would be cool.
right?
Or we're gonna do it about like relationships. People are slapping each other.
We're
in
at
the
the
back.
Adam and Eve store. With the
Of
laundry.
all the things that came to your mind, that was interesting.
Oh, because they will have like
I
the
see
heart,
people
the
slapping
red.
each other. You say Adam and Eve store
Slapping each other.
because of like relationships,
Yeah, I know,
like
but
cheating and stuff.
I mean, but Adam and Eve can have all that. Like, slapping has to do with the things that they sell there. Their heart. They have the hearts, the red hearts,
Yes,
and
we got that. We got it. Yeah,
It's
that's
all
a good
inclusive.
idea.
It's all inclusive, guys.
And yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I want to say something. Oh, also I suggested to John yesterday Monday, to order a neon sign.
Oh, neon sign.
I really want that. Like it was so cute. Let's do it.
I know what you said, but you just want the letters, right?
I don't know. Like
I think the other thing is
want
too
our
complicated.
logo.
Oh no, that's gonna be way more.
Too expensive.
Yes.
What is that?
That water bottle.
Okay, I got scared. I thought it was like something.
No, I was like, has it always been there?
Okay, what's going on today? Are they on
We
to
just
us?
noticing like different things. We're
So
not.
we come into this conference room, or there's another room that we book actually, but this conference room we find it like almost empty all the time. And today I noticed that it's a speaker. No, it's a speaker.
Yeah, it's a speaker.
Yeah, but there's a light on it and it's green. I'm pretty sure it was not on before. And now there's a mysterious water bottle there. So yeah, we'll see if somebody
Yeah, we'll see
comes
somebody comes in. Yeah.
or the squad comes in.
They're like,
Get out, get out.
"Good luck."
So
My
yeah.
hands up. Show me your
So I
hands.
really want to do the thing, but if it's just a logo, or if it's just a letter, then it's like what font? Maybe just like exactly the way that it is on our logo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that part, because the other thing is too much. That's gonna be
Well, we
thousands.
can get always a free quote. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna quote you the most money.
What if it is like I mean, let's just not jump into conclusion. You worry that it's gonna be like right in the middle, and I'd be like,
No, because I know how much signage costs from other things.
Why do you
for
know
like
that?
businesses.
Why do you know that?
Because people have told me.
Okay, how much is it?
Thousands.
How big are we talking?
That, but I'm saying like just the fact that
What
you
if
had
it's
to.
just a tiny one?
No, you cannot do this. I was thinking sticker. That could be more feasible, right? I guess.
And then we put it around with the QR code. Why haven't
Oh,
we
yeah,
thought
well-
about that?
Oh no, we just.
Oh my
we
god.
put it like in the.
Not here.
No,
Everybody's
no,
gonna notice
not
us.
You know, yeah, they do that on the streets,
poles,
right? On
yeah,
poles,
we
right?
should do that. Here
Oh,
we go. We're
yeah.
gonna do it. That's for
We should
sure.
do it at
Thank
the
you
bus
so
stops.
much for listening.
Yeah, the bus stops.
100%. All these kids. Yeah, it's great. Oh my god.
We go around the campus.
I'm putting it in and like just or like some of the coffee shop we can put it in. People just take it for free. Right.
Yeah, what were that?
Okay, this is great. This is great.
Instead of the sign, the neon sign. Well, I mean, you still want that, but I'm sure like that just depends.
Because like if you just figure out like something that we can kind of now that we're thinking about recording a video too, like kind of be in our area, our background, and just like beep, like having
Like I remember when I used to work at the restaurants, like those beer neon signs, they cost a lot of money.
No way.
Yes.
But they didn't like now with all the technology and all that. Seriously?
Like you'd be surprised, like a tiny sign
What
is
if
for a
we
business.
message Tony?
I saw that, but it was like a WhatsApp thing. I was like,
Because they're outside. They are not here.
Okay.
That's what makes it cheaper.
I was like, it's just sketchy.
I feel like no.
No?
I mean, for sure they're not as sketchy because a lot of people, a lot of famous people have actually ordered with Tony. Yeah, no. It is that, but it is because international. They're trying to make it like more easy to call them. You can call them, message them, text them.
I was thinking I was looking for their website, but there's no website.
There is a website.
There is?
Yes.
It all said like call this number, message this thing. I was
No,
like, okay, well I don't
no,
know.
No, there is a website.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. That's what I'm saying. You can put the order for quoting and all that. No, yeah, there's everything.
Okay.
It's Tony. And you know, guys, when talking about the Tony, the LED guy saw, it's like, okay, never mind, or like, hello, sir, goodbye.
But they always had like an intro, something else, right?
Yeah,
And like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, like don't worry about this.
that.
Yeah. And then
One of the ones that I really like is this. Okay, it's a big, very big size lady that it just kind of like act like super dramatic and just like sad or something, and just sits down and goes to her room and closes the door and like leans against the door and just kind of sits down sad, and then it segues to Tony trying to open it.
oh my god.
I cannot.
No, the one that's like, oh no, they forgot. I asked for a salad, and they gave me this bacon something, something. And then the dog is like, the little dog that's like this, suspicious. I was like, this lady's doing it on purpose, right? There's no way. Yeah.
Probably, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Or like, I think that's the same lady that she says like, guys, I went on a hike today, and I timed it, and it shows like it's like 3 minutes. And just the fact that she thinks that's like a lot and just proving like, see, I did it. It's really hilarious. Okay.
Okay.
We are definitely not even talking about what we want to talk about yet.
I know. Which I had the memory that we talking about this, but probably we just did it amongst ourselves.
What?
The topic that for today.
No, yeah, I told you before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our topic today is about
Oh,
if we had a superpower, what would it be?
what do you want? Oh, that's a interesting way to phrase it, because the way said, if we had a superpower, what would it be? Like, if we were born with a superpower with the character that we are right now, what would it be? But
No, if we chose, right?
I know, but if you choose, like, if you were going to have a superpower, what would you want it to be? I think both of those questions are interesting. Like, if you think, okay, you answer for me. That was like, then I.
I was like, I am so confused. Carla, didn't I just say the same thing? You saw my question marks like coming out of my.
The reason I couldn't help it because I noticed you're confused, and I'm trying to explain why your face doesn't change.
Yeah, I'm more confused.
Okay, that was really good.
I'm like, what?
Okay. Alright, sorry. So, the question that I think we both were thinking before starting was like, if you were to have a chance to choose a superpower, what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
But then the way you
Oh,
said
the way I
it,
said it, you thought like, oh, like if you were born already.
yes,
Yeah.
me with my character and all that, what would it be? Like, you know how like in so many movies it just happens to them. They don't choose it. In general, I guess nobody chooses it. It generally happens to them. So I was thinking that's also a funny approach to it. They're like, oh, me as a character that I have and all that. What if I just wake up one day with a superpower that happens to me? What would it be? That I think is funny.
Yeah, but then how do you? Well, but
You
yeah,
think
they're
about
not
that for me.
for you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I think about that for you.
Okay. I think I have yours already.
Okay.
But no, now let's
Okay.
what I wanted to say, but yeah, like if you were offered the chance to have a superpower, what would your superpower be? Which one would you choose? Your face is not changing. Like the light bulb didn't go. Like the clarity never.
Just keep trying. Okay. All right.
Okay.
What would you choose?
And I thought about this multiple times. But
Can I say mine? Mine is ready.
yeah, you can go. You can go
Time
first.
to pause time. I want to have the power to pause time for everything except me. So
So you'll age.
no. Time, the concept of time is paused, and everything is just stopped. Like the season's not changing. There's no wind. Everything is paused. But I get to be who I am, whatever the moment was paused, but continuing that. And it doesn't. And if I have it, I'm not gonna use it for like. Probably first, I'm gonna use it for just take like as much as time I want. Just sit down, sleep, catch up on sleep, and I don't know, walk and all that. But like a lot of time, just snippets, like just continuing a moment or moving things around, so I can transport, which like the concept of teleport, but I do it without doing it. I actually move, right? I'm okay with that. And you can move the mechanical thing, so you can actually ride a bike, right? Because if I can move it can move, right? Or anything that is
So like whatever you choose to not be time pause, like it's not pause. Like you can still use your computer.
yeah, but there's no internet.
Oh, there's no
Right?
internet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, how would that work? Because the more you use it for, then.
Oh, these are very interesting logistic questions.
Because you said the bike, like,
but I
well, but
think,
the
like,
bike is.
No, but the bike is not frozen. Bike is not like the if you put a bike stationary, right? Technically, for that bike, time is paused, right?
No, because it's made of metal and.
Right. It's not gonna rot, but it can move if I physically move it, right? But if somebody is, for example, that's so confusing. So for example, if somebody is riding a bike and the time pauses, it should just freeze, right?
The bike?
Everything, like that person on that bike is just in that moment, and it shouldn't fall or anything, because the moment nanosecond after it that this person is not pedaling hasn't come, so everything is in effort. So then if I move a bike,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, unless the bike is not doing anything.
yeah, the bike is not doing. If I just take a bike and just move, should be able to pedal.
Yeah.
Right?
But then that would not be frozen. That object is not frozen.
It's not frozen.
No, I mean, that object's time or whatever.
The object times is frozen. The mechanical things are not frozen, though. Right?
I think, but I feel like
So I can still move this mic.
Mm-hmm.
So I should I can give physical force to this, right? But when you ask about internet or like using my laptop, I thought that shouldn't work because
yeah, because
the
it's connected to
power going
everything.
through it, yes, and the whole thing and all that should all pause. That shouldn't run, so I shouldn't be able to use the internet, but I should be able to use my laptop like as a not connected to internet.
Yeah, that's so what we use it for.
Typing, looking at organizing my files.
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna say it. But aren't they on OneDrive?
Not everything, exactly. That's a very good thing. Like, looking at all the crap that is not on OneDrive on my computer that shouldn't be there, just organizing them, making them ready when internet is connected. That's like a time I don't have. I could really use that time. That's just so silly, but just, I think that was just, I don't understand any other superpower that could be better than this. Because with that, I can be invisible. I can go hug somebody without them ever know. Oh God, that just opened like a can of worms. I'm not gonna abuse anybody.
I was like, what do you mean?
But like, I can be invisible. I can be in a moment and just can stare at somebody for hours. Not there. Like, I can go places. I can go to a museum by myself. I can go to the freaking all the most high security stuff and just walk around. It's the best power. It's like the best invisible cloak, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a strength, because sure, you cannot move a mountain in one hand, but you can little by little move it through time. I can just use a freaking sickle, not sickle, what is the thing?
The
This.
pickle axe?
Pickle axe?
I think that's what it's called, pickle. Pickaxe, not pickle. Yeah. Is it pickle axe? Pickaxe, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I added some words, okay? Some letters.
Pickaxe, yeah. Yeah, I can, like, if I genuinely, I mean, I want to
But
make
that's
it.
not moving, that's making it smaller, right?
But if somebody, like, has a super strong power, right, and moves a mountain, they're not gonna, like, move a mountain. They're probably just gonna, like,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like this. So what I'm saying, in the technicality of it, in terms of being strong, right, I can have it if I had time enough that is make that crazy task so tiny small. Or what else? I can literally.
Yeah, but then you said
carry-
like, but then you're not aging. Like, if
No,
it's gonna
no.
take you a week, you didn't age a week.
Correct. Yes.
How would that work?
But that's a superpower, though. It's not supposed to make sense. Like, somebody who's super strong, they're not burning the calories like that, because you will just perish in a second.
Well, some books actually do explain that the physiology is different.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's why science fiction, because it tries to define it in a way that it could happen potentially. So
I wonder if you would like this thing, because so in Dune, right, the universe, there are these women that they essentially pass down all the memories from their previous ancestors to the next person. Would you be interested in that?
as an add-on,
Yeah,
of course.
like
That's
you can
awesome.
go all the way back to your
That's-
first person, right?
With just that's amazing. Like, when you say memories, like literally the conscious,
Yeah, like you can talk to them.
that is so
call it
fantastic. That's
the Ben-
literally traveling in time.
Yeah,
Because what is it? It's
it's
just
the Bene Gesserit.
experience.
But so only women are allowed to do it because, and they also can control a lot of the physiology, right?
Is that like the because I've only seen the movie,
Mhm.
right? Is it that like lady that is like telling
The-
the
the-
mom?
Yeah, they got the weird
yeah,
voice.
yeah. Is that oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
so they have like full control of their bodies, right? Like they
Mm-hmm.
can choose when they're gonna get pregnant if it's a boy or a girl,
yeah.
and they can do all these things.
Even though they have
Yeah, like anything, yeah, and then they can control people with like the tone of their voice or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, like once they drink in the movie, they drink this thing, right? And it's supposed to be I don't know what it's called, but they drink the poison from the worm, and then through that process,
spice.
yeah, the spice, the greatest now, they inherit everything from their previous.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so they just continue. Like, I'm like, man.
That's really cool and overwhelming.
And for men, supposedly, because they're not trained like them, somebody can take over their personality, right? So like another previous person can,
Puppets.
yeah, basically, and they become somebody. They become insane. Whatever, that's what they say. But yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's what I. And growing up, there was this TV show for children. It was
Mhm.
like a real TV, like it wasn't a cartoon. I don't know what's like how to describe it. It has a word. Real.
Like reality TV?
No. Like if it's not a cartoon, if it's like real movie, right?
What do you mean,
You know, there's a word for that. I cannot think of. Like, for example, if it's drawn or if it's actually taking a video of people, it's called like
Yeah.
a real act something or whatever. But it's for children, so it's like for teens. And there's this kid in it called Bernard, and he has a fucking like one of those watches, the pocket watches that he paused. Like if he clicks his time, exact same thing. I never forget the first time, and I'm a kid, right? And I'm like.
Like this?
This, I mean, obviously he uses for a lot of like pranking his damn
Yeah.
sister, like putting like the water. So like the way that it worked in that, so he would.
Do you remember
I
the name of the
remember
show? Or?
Bernard's Watch. Something like
okay.
that was the it was from Iran, right? So it was and the movie wasn't made there, but it was translated. And something very common they do in Iran when they dub the TV series and all, they also change the name to something that makes sense to them. Later, when I grew up, I learned so many of the things I've watched and I know them by a certain name. That's not the name of the show or not the movie. So I don't know what's actually I'm going to look it up right now. And it because it was but interesting, anybody in America I brought it up, they don't know about this show at all. So I think it is maybe European made or something like that.
Maybe.
Because the Bernard, you know, Bernard's Watch TV show. Bernard's Watch. It's sci-fi 1997. Yes, this is the kid. Okay.
Let me see.
British children drama.
Yes, I haven't recognized it.
Oh my god, I
no.
want to go watch this. Okay, yeah, Bernard's Watch is a British children's drama series about a young boy who could stop time with a magical pocket watch. The show was created by Andrew Norris and was produced for 7 series that aired on CITV, which I think is Canada, from 14 November 1997 to March 31st, 2005. And yeah, it was just amazing. There's a novel. Oh no, so as well as the TV series, Andrew Norris also wrote a novelization based on the first 3 series of the show. So yeah, the idea was amazing, and I never forget that feeling that I was, and I kept sit there, and you know, I think at some point I said it, that growing up, we didn't have a kids channel, right? There was this the major channel, the major public channel that first from like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. we would have cartoons with children think. So before you go to school.
Yeah.
And then from 2 to 4 p.m. So this was one of the 3 p.m. things. And I would never miss. Oh God. Like I would just sit there and then think about after it, like all the things I could have done. So this definitely had. What if this is like how I impacted? Is one of the things probably has impact on the fact that how like I got very conscious about the concept of time. You know, I know that the fact that a lot of people around me died, I think, has the more impact because it made me feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like all the thing I have to do. But also probably was part of me because it's very famous a story that my mom and dad tell me that I was 8 years old and we were living in a small city back then, and. Right before I wake up to go to school, there was a very bad earthquake that happened in that. So we were getting the side parts of it. It wasn't the major part. A lot of people died in that earthquake. So it was my mom came and woke me up, and while she was walking out of my room, that started. And I just remember that scene. My mom stood like in the frame of the door, and I just tried to get out of my room anyways, and it was so bad. It lasted a long time. That's why it was very destructive. And we all gathered under like a hallway in our room and just waited. And like I remember our curtains were like moving like this. It was really scary. So then after when it finished, very casually, I was supposed to get ready and go to school, and my dad was eating breakfast. And this is like a whole story my mom said. I don't remember it like this. That I was sitting in a corner in the kitchen, holding my legs, and they were like, "Why are you so? What's going on?" I was like, very scared, like, "Oh my God, this is gonna happen again. It's my first time." Like, and they're like, "Well, what are you scared? Like, nothing happened." I was like, I cannot die right now." And they're like, "What do you mean?"
I think you said that before.
Yeah. So what do you mean? Because I have to go to. I haven't even graduated high school yet. I haven't gone to college yet. And to them, it was very prominent because nobody in our family has gone to college or anything. I was like, and I was so concerned. My parents started crying. Like, I haven't done anything yet in my life. So
They're like,
I don't know what happened. Somewhere, maybe the car crash that I had, like the concept of like, oh, this guy who was a young person died and his life ended, like 28-year-old person, and could have happened to me, or like something internalized there. So there's nothing else I want more than that superpower, and I would pay money. I think I've said that before too. I would pay a lot of money if I could add hours to my day, let alone freezing time, man. If just could like if I could buy your 1 hour, just 1 hour extra, I would pay for it. So I
What do you
live
mean,
20. So somehow I have extra hour in my day.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't leap into the thing. Somehow I just have another hour. I would pay money. Good money.
Good morning.
Yeah.
You know, I can make you believe that you had an extra hour.
True. That's true. I kind of was expecting you to say something like that. Okay, so now I gave you a lot of time. What would you choose?
I don't know. I think because there's so many, like I've gone through so many things, right? Like read so many fantasy books, anime that I'm like,
Oh yeah.
there's so many things I wish I feel like my superpower would be like whatever I imagine I have, I could have. Like, oh, like, for example, this character, he controls all 4 elements, right? Like earth, water, and like, okay, that's really cool. But this other person, like, he controls a lot of other things. And like, well, that would be also cool to have. So, like, if I could choose, like, I was like, okay, my imagination is like the limit of
So
my
like,
power.
so you could materialize your imagination.
Yeah,
Is
kind
that
of
what
like
you mean?
my imagination will be reality. To like, oh, I wanna fly, right? Then I could fly. Okay. Like, well, now like I want to be invincible.
Could you imagine you can freeze time?
Yeah.
Well, fuck that. Well, I want that.
That means like whatever I imagine it to be, like then that will be reality. Like if I'm like they said like somebody like I cut my hands off somehow. Like, well, no, my hand is not gone, and then just back the hand is right there.
Well,
again.
I want that too, because I can always say like I live to this moment and I'm like, no, the time pauses. The reality is that I have superpower to stop the time.
But it has to have a limit, right? Because
the thing is
because
that
there's too much, right? That's like
there's exactly. You should have some structure, some rules. Yours doesn't have any. You're literally God.
yeah, like but
Yeah.
of me, right? But that's
no,
too
but
much.
You're changing the whole.
Yeah, no, right? But then okay, well,
But what if
like,
you're imagining that I had mustache right now? Like that's changing my life.
like those more like
I would
rolled.
look extremely hot, by the way. But go on.
But no, like maybe that's too much. Right? Like, okay, like there has to be a limit or something. So I don't know. Like there's, but I also always went like, okay, it should not be free for all, right? There should be a price you pay for whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. But let's just cover that first. Then we get to the, like, okay, what's your thing?
I
But
don't know.
what if it is just a materialization? Like, for example, you just imagine, like, if you imagine that you just really pictured apple, right? And the apple would just happen. Like, you materialize your imagination to that term, like in terms of things. You could like have a.
But see, that goes back to my favorite book series because they had a system, right? Like you could do a lot of crazy things. It wasn't just controlling the elements or anything. It's like this guy could literally make like lightning fall or like fire appear, right? But they all have rules. Like you couldn't like what was one? Like you can go into this world of dreams, right? But if you went in there, you will lose some of your humanity because like that's crazy to go into this other in the flesh, right? You can go there when you're asleep, but if you went in the flesh, you like lost something to you
Right.
because like you're not supposed to be there. And in the world of dreams, everything was free for all. Like unless somebody overwhelmed their will over yours, like whatever they imagined will not happen. So that was really cool, right? But they had this thing where, okay, like, yes, I can't, like, everything was normal. Like, I could control, like, air, right? But I could not lift myself up. Like, I could lift other people, but I could not lift myself to, like, like I could wrap air around somebody and lift them. But that was also proportional to my strength. Not, like, So
I see.
it had a lot of things that were real, but
So yeah, based on exactly what you're saying, what you said earlier, that wouldn't work.
yeah, no, but that's too much. Like, that's just crazy. But yeah, if I had a superpower, it would be like that in this book series called the Wheel of Time.
I was
That
about
I was like that
I
I will
haven't
be
read
I
the
will be
book.
able to weave this power that has all these elements. Because that's also like
Is there somebody like that?
no.
But then
No, in the book, yes, there's somebody like the main
did you
character.
think I mean like
No,
me
but it means what do you mean like there's somebody like that? Like
in the book?
yeah, there's someone. There's a lot of people like that, but it is all there are people who are stronger and weaker, right?
No, but is there somebody that weaves all of them together in that book?
Yeah, they all can do that. Like they all have the skill to use this power. Not all of them, right? But that's what I'm saying. That the more powerful you are has to do with your own like skill set in managing this power. That you can get better at it. Some of them can, not all of them.
So describe to me like how I describe to you like in my power the things I can do. Describe to me what you're doing.
Okay, so one thing you can do is a thing called traveling, right? So you can literally open a portal and go somewhere that you imagine, right? Like, oh, I want to go into the top of this mountain. And then you will visualize that and weave certain aspects of the power, and then you'll make a little hole, basically, and then step through, and then you'll be in that place.
Doctor Strange.
Kind of like that,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, literally, that's how I imagine the portals in that book. Like, it was Doctor Strange, but the Wheel of Time came before Doctor Strange, so maybe Doctor Strange stole it from them.
I mean, there's just so many ideas.
Yeah,
Right?
or let's see, what's another one? Healing, right? So, let's say somebody got burned, then you can heal them using their own strength, like weave certain things, like water, air, blah, 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 and then heal them back. But that took out their own like energy to heal them, right? So it's still up to you if you can recover or not. What's another thing you can use? You can control the weather, to some extent, right? So you can like there's people who live in the sea. They control the currents of the air, and they like basically navigate themselves with that power.
But you will have a combination of all of them.
Yeah, like everybody has access. Everybody.
So you want to be in that world? So you
Yeah,
one
like
of those people?
I want to be of someone that can kind of do the crazy stuff like that, where like I have access to this power and like.
But in this world that we are,
Yeah.
there are not options like this. You have to choose one. It's for example, we kind of went over the fact that you cannot have all of them because it's just there's no rule.
Yeah, but in that world,
But
they
you're
all.
not in that world. You're in this world. You want to have a superpower. What do you exactly choose?
That I can weave all the powers.
So there's this like bucket of powers that somehow you can just kind of go through and all that.
Yes.
And then, and I think you know, but like you know the prices that you have to pay for all of them, kind of thing.
Yeah, like obviously it's not like there's nothing that I can do in terms of like I cannot get more power unless I will have to have another source, right? Essentially, because everybody's born with like in that world is with that innate kind of like capacity, right? Some people can fix it, some people can't.
This sounds like this word, but
Yeah, literally, it's like
Once
this.
it's
It's
a
like the same.
symbolization
It's
of
like the
things.
same thing is right now, except that some people can access this external power source, and they can use it.
it sounds like a symbol for a lot of different things,
Yes.
like perseverance, hard work, believe, hope. So some people do have it, some people don't. And then
Yeah, they're called
you
channelers.
use it, and then you get things. You don't use
Yeah, I
it,
mean,
you don't get
it's not necessarily you get things, but you can affect some things. Like I said, like something's falling, you can use air to catch it, like or there's a fire, right? And then there's water, but you can obviously cannot. You can weave a huge amount of water and like splash it on top. Or earth, right? Like this guy, like he will grow a whole garden basically. Like it will like weave everything in
Do
between.
you think if you let's say that you have that power, right? And after time that you kind of go through it and get the excitement out, and it just becomes your personality. Do you think then you see it upon yourself that you have to go help constantly people because you have this crazy power? You can go stop the war. You should in fire.
Well, now that's too much. That's too
Exactly.
much. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with it? Just like write your papers faster?
No, that doesn't help you with that.
You can imagine that the paper is written.
No, but that's not. So no. So the point, this you cannot do that with that power. Like you cannot imagine that. It's not so far out of reality, right? That it still has the physical laws that happen here. Like basically, the whole traveling is like a wormhole kind of
So
thing.
you cannot do the time, stop the time then.
But I don't want to stop time. What?
I don't get like why wouldn't you want to stop time?
I don't know because I don't.
Okay, that's cool. We don't have competition there.
Yeah.
How about, I help you. Like you do something and you just I pause it. Like you can help because certain things, if it's a law and if it's time goes, it's not gonna work. So I can help. But what I wonder, like, what you're gonna do with it, with you know, if there's something happening and you being able to put things together, wouldn't it be too much overwhelming power that you have to be a superhero then now? No?
I mean, yes and no. Because it would have been like I don't want to be so like out there. Like, oh yeah, like this guy does this or something. I don't know. But I mean, obviously I cannot do everything. So I'm just like, okay.
Would you
well,
still do this job that you're
Yeah.
doing? Really?
yes, why not?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
It's just like a little extra dimension. Like, oh, you can do this? No.
In your CrossFit
Oh my
movie,
God. Okay, I'm like,
using air to.
like I had like 400 pounds just like
Yeah.
twirling around. And I think they will like I don't know like they wouldn't use it for those things. It will be more for
Could you reconstruct and reorganize your
Mhm.
muscle fat ratio in your body?
if you're really good at healing, you could.
Yeah, right? Like imagine, because we do have right now a lot of muscles and they're there, right? But like there's some parts of fat that are not where they're supposed to be, so you can move them more.
Yeah, I
like,
could be
send
like,
them to butt-
hey.
you fat people in butt.
Go to the good places.
Right? That's like, cool.
Because I mean, otherwise, like any other superpower you have, like what were you gonna use it for? Like, oh, so let's say I want to be invisible, then what? What would I use that for? Or if I could fly, I mean, that would just be for my own entertainment.
Entertainment. You can save a lot of time if you were flying.
Yeah, I know, but it's still like I don't know, like what would I? Now I'm not gonna fly faster than an airplane.
Do you not define that? Maybe you could. I mean,
Maybe
it
I
doesn't
could,
have
yeah.
to be like a flapping.
No, but if I'm like Superman, right? Of
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
like bring. Yeah, but then
But
like
in the airplane, you know, like you still have to go to the airplane, or like you just
that's
get
what
there.
I do. But with the other one, I could just make a hole and be like, okay, I want to be here.
Right, exactly,
Right?
exactly. Transport, like teleport.
That they could open it for like, let's say they want to evacuate people from somewhere. Then oh yeah, like now
Does
everybody
anybody
from
play with? Oh my god, I'm gonna sound like. Does anybody play with time, like bringing back time, going back forward, and all that?
no, because in this concept, the whole concept in this time is like the time is a wheel. So and you have turnings of the wheel, right? So it could take like I don't know 10,000 years for one turning, and then it's gonna turn again. So no, you cannot go back in time.
So you reset.
Yeah, like it's basically the same. It like kind of repeats itself, right? There's like a whole cycle.
So, but do you get reset? Or
Yeah,
not?
you get reborn, but you don't know. That
Oh,
you,
so
yeah.
this just this life.
Yeah, that's what it's
Also,
like.
like reincarnation.
Yeah, it's kind of like
idea.
reincarnation kind of thing.
Reincarnation, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's.
So then, what's your price?
But there's no price. I mean, my price is like. Oh, do you mean like if I use it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the books, it was the male side of the power was tainted, so you will go like insane eventually. But in this case, there's
The
no
what? The male.
the
side?
male side because there's a male and a female.
Okay.
It's supposed to be the yin yang.
Okay.
So, but the male got tainted by the devil essentially. So
Well,
if you use it, you
I
will
see.
get you will go insane. Like you'll get Yeah, like you go crazy. Like the thing will like whisper to you, and like you'll like lose your mind basically.
Okay.
But then in the book, this guy cleansed it, so it's clean now. It's not tainted anymore.
Okay, let's assume that there's no tainting.
Well, then there's no price. I mean, there's no price to pay for that in that scenario.
What do you think is a fair price to pay? Because I mean, it is a superpower. You should have. They should make some sense.
Well, what about you?
I'm thinking.
Okay. I mean, so one price I guess I could see is that the people who use the power, they age a lot slower than everybody else.
How is that a price?
Well, because but then everybody you know is gonna be gone, and then you're just still alive. Mm-hmm. And also, like, it becomes kind of like addictive. So if at some point you lose it, like you basically just kill yourself because you cannot. But I mean, for that to happen, it has to.
I think any superpower you lose, you're probably gonna kill yourself.
Oh yeah, if you lose it, right? Yeah, because you get so used to it.
That's like, what the hell? Like, this is not life. This is low quality life. I might as well be dead.
Mm-hmm.
What would be
so that would be the price. I would say, like, that you know that.
But it's not like I don't like it because it's very. For example, I mean, you age slower and like your loved one die and all. No, but like, for example, vampires they cannot live, even though they live forever, they cannot live half of the day at all, right? And if the sun, they just explode or whatever. It should be something like that you pay, like every time you're doing something, you're kind of knowing that I'm paying it. Should be.
But then what would it be?
I'm still not sure what would be mine. I'm still thinking about
because you want to use it for more, or like, so it's not like your life, what do you call it, essence is going away, right? If you use it, then that will be defeat the point of freezing time.
Exactly. It should be something that it's worth using, but also that God, I have to.
Maybe then the price will be like eventually it will run out. Because in the world, like, it's not a limited source. Like, it's always there. It's like conservation of energy kind of thing.
Can I gain it? Do I know how much is the resource? Like, or just randomly is gonna turn off? Because that's ridiculous.
No, I will have to know.
Yeah, I have to know.
Also, and the thing is, like, if you use in the book, if you use too much, you can burn yourself out. Like, if I pull too much, then there's like, my body's like, oh no, no more. Like, you're cut off. Like, you use too much.
What's like really dark thing comes to my mind, but I don't want it that. Like, I think it should be that I know that it's somebody else's time.
Oh, that's actually. Oh, I told you about this. That's an anime called Death Note.
Yeah.
And you can see if you
really
get the eyes, you can see when some amount of time everybody has left until they die.
Right. So then I always feel like I can take their time. So if I know, like somehow they have less time. Not that they die.
But then if you freeze the time, how's that gonna change how much time they have left?
I don't know. I mean,
because it won't be only for your benefit, not for theirs.
But there should be some conservation of something. One person is having more time. Some person should just have their time just feels. Oh my God! Some days you just feel like the day just goes away. Maybe somebody does have this power, and that's why that day I don't have my hours.
They transfer your time to somebody else?
Yeah. Or what? So my day just goes really fast, and I feel like, where the hell did they go, right? Somebody just had more hours.
Maybe.
Right, something like that. But then I'll always just have to take a random person you don't know because it's right. So it's probably somebody right now in like I don't know, China is doing it to me.
No, you know what? Let's take a little more.
Oh, how did it come like 6 p.m. like something like that? It happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's like just the only price that, especially for a character like me that I have guilt problem, then I have to be like conscious of it. Like, okay.
Oh, like when you're freezing it, you're basically using somebody else's time.
But they don't know it. I just know that they're just.
And I was like, well, how's that? They are like that doesn't.
They're not gonna like. Their lifetime is not shorter. Just their feeling of that they had time is less. In that, for example, like the example I told you, like in a day that you feel like, okay, For example, I get to work at 8 and I'm going to be here till 6. So technically, right, there is 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't feel it was 10 hours. You feel it was 5.
Okay.
Right? You were like, what the hell? That feeling of technically their body aged 10 hours and all that, but they just didn't have that much time.
So in a way, you like taking away their perspective.
No, just the time. That's like another element. Like think about it as like another dimension. It's another like thing. It's not, it's just another, dimension. Something like that.
But then it's still not, I don't know, it doesn't match with, you said they still aged 10 hours and they still had 10 hours, but they didn't feel like they had 10 hours.
Exactly. Because
but then how does that add to your time that you're still, because you're not technically stealing their time.
Because if they don't age that hour, so where did that hour go? Then I have to age, you know? There's somebody should feel the impact of time without, but then there's this use of time. I know it's such an abstract concept though because of time. Because time itself is not a thing. Time is how the concept of time is how things change.
Yeah,
right?
It's a continuous thing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, something like that. Whatever, I know. I really don't know. I haven't figured it out. So don't put my proposal down. But I think that's the only fair thing. That I just feel like the advantage, disadvantage kind of thing would make sense and makes me feel like, but then I become an evil person. Like, fuck you don't deserve it. Probably it does. I mean, there are so much, to be very fair, there are many instances that I see somebody and be like, dude, like, if you did have like 8 hours, I don't think it would matter to you, right? So could I just have the rest?
Yeah, could I just have the Wow.
So, but what about yours? I'm not still clear about what kind of prize you're giving.
The price will like that it will run out eventually. No, maybe.
But you should then you should have like a little log of how much it is.
Yeah, I feel like maybe have like a status bar.
Give like monthly reports.
Or what if like like the efficacy of the power goes low, like decreases as I use it, right? It's like maybe at the very beginning I could lift like a ton, but then like 10 years have gone by and I can only lift like a quarter of a ton. Like
But is it just because you have aged and like lived longer? Because that's how it generally is. Like our body bounces it. It's not like, oh, how much you use it. So every time you use it, you think about like, should I use it or not?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I should be conscious. Like, okay, like if I'm using it right now for this specific purpose, like that's gonna affect me forever. Like the rest of the time.
That's nice. Yeah, and there's just some sense, the same sense we have. Like if I, like right now, if there's this like hot lava, I mean lava is absolutely crazy, but like let's say this hot pan, technically I can take it off of the flame and put it away, but the price I have to pay is that my tissue is gonna be like, I cannot use really my hand for like a month or something. Like the concept that kind of makes sense to me, I already know that from being alive. So you would have that same consciousness about it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well now like I'm giving up this for this immediate result right now, right? Or whatever.
Exactly.
But then like I cannot do this, which that's not
you just become superhuman. I don't think it's like, it's just the same thing.
Yeah, like I said, I still want to be human, but I want to be like, next level human.
Yeah, exactly.
And not, but I still have those limitations. Like, okay, like I cannot do this. Obviously, I cannot just do this or that. It's like a combination of like, okay, all these people can do all these crazy things, right? But like, I don't want it to be outrageously like, oh yeah, I could just take over the world.
That's another interesting thing. Like if we have power, because we are thinking about who we are right now. And the intentions we have, and
what would we change?
Exactly, the same thing that fame does to people,
or money,
exactly, because we just have never been there. We have never experienced that, so we don't know what we can become.
Yeah, so what we still consider like regular people,
Exactly.
right? Like, can we still relate to like a
Exactly.
regular?
Exactly.
That's
Wow.
true.
Cool.
See, that's another price you pay.
It is, but
It's like Spider-Man with big power comes with responsibility.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, is anyone gonna monitor? Who's gonna be the police?
Mine, nobody's gonna know. Like, that's what I really like about it. It's just me.
I mean, my will people know if I display
You're gonna move them like oh. Like,
if I display it. But see, that's the thing. Like, maybe it's only worth it if there were other people who could use it too, right?
Please put detailed trip justification. How about this? How about this? The Madrid trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is good. I'm still thinking about your superpower. Like, if you were born with one,
Oh yeah.
what it would be. There are just some.
Mine was like, well, yours will be time related for sure.
But like, you think that it would be something I'd be born with? But what it would be?
See, I don't know, because that's you develop yourself as you're aging. How will it be predetermined? I mean, some things will be predetermined, I guess.
No, not like that. But like, the character that I have, or I've been having for like past 5 years, I'm probably gonna have for the rest of my life, like as an adult, right? It's just me. Imagine this person, if they came with a superpower, and it doesn't have to be one of those crazy stuff. Like, it's just something that they can do, like a World of Harry Potter kind of thing, that everybody kind of had a quirk, like something that is about them and made sense, something like that. And I just, maybe I'm saying how little I know about Harry Potter, I guess. But
yeah, because I didn't couldn't figure
that's
that.
not
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I saw it from your facial
I was
expressions.
like, what?
I personally think that if it's just reading minds, I probably would have been, because I joined constantly. I'm trying so hard to
figure out
what people are thinking, and
Oh yeah, that could be.
I think that would be something that kind of natural would happen to me. Like, okay, yeah, you can read I can hear their thoughts, and I can constantly hear them, because this is really something that I try to do all the time. Like how when I said the Harry Potter thing, you were looking at me and thinking like, no, that's not how it goes.
No.
Yeah, but like, yeah. So I always try to do that, and kind of with my little ways, try it. Like, say something or something. It's like, oh, did I do it? So I'm constantly getting feedback loops, so get better for person to person and learning them. So I think that would be that, right?
But what if you don't want to hear?
Oh, that's the curse of it.
That's true.
Horrible. You always are hearing. There's no, everybody's lying to you. Everybody's bad intentions toward you or to other people. You constantly think, and then you have to figure out where is it to interview, where is it not. It's a very big curse. It's a crazy thing. Nothing is surprise ever. Also,
unless they figure out that you can read them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And also, there's the hard thing I think about it. Because I've been thinking about this. There's one time I remember it very distinctly. I was sitting in a metro in Tehran, and I was just thinking like, what if I could hear everybody's thoughts? Because I was thinking like, I wonder who is thinking. You know how like it's jam packed. And I was like, what if I could? And then I thought about it for a second, and I was like, first of all, I think everybody, if they knew about this, it would be just it would be just, I would not have a life, because everybody is not going to be themselves around me, right? And then knowing it is just such a pain because of all the horrible things, all the good things. And also, you could never give anybody a chance to do something else, because you're just hearing.
What if you can turn it off?
Well, then I think.
Or like, there's a way that you could kind of tune yourself to things, and like, okay, now like.
You probably would develop a skill to like focus on things and all that. I think through time, like the same way you were saying, if there's a noise that I expect to hear, that I can just not hear.
Yeah, no, that's the power of Edward Cullen in Twilight. To read minds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one, Edward?
Yeah.
The white guy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's.
And the only one that he could not read was Bella.
That's attractive. Like, I would definitely fall in love if somebody was like that. I was like, so I can't have to guess now, the same way we're living right now.
And the thing is, it turns out to be, she innately had that, right? So when she became a vampire, it was like a shield that she had, and she could project it out. So at some point, she finally let Edward in her mind. And I was like, that's stupid. No.
Okay, so that would be mine probably. What about yours?
I don't know.
Just not give a fuck.
I already do that.
Exactly.
That's not a superpower.
It is an absolutely amazing superpower. You already have that, and you don't know how good that is. That you can be like, this is not worth my attention and time, and you genuinely, purely move on from thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, you can bring it back.
But I also train myself to do that, I think.
I know, but it's a super skill to whatever superpower. I didn't say like you've been born with it.
Because when I was younger, I was definitely not that
But
way.
how can I cannot do that. Like I just getting worse.
Like I remember when I remember whenever I called my mom, I was graduating undergrad, and I was like, "Mom, what if I'm not successful? And then what if I just like did all this for nothing?" And blah blah blah. And she's like, "No, why are you thinking about those things?" I'm like, "Mom, I think about this all the time. Like I think about this and that, and like this is not gonna go like this, and like and like plan things." And I think I just at some point I was like, you know what? Like I have no control over a lot of things. So
The thing is, I totally know, and I can identify now. Like now, I'm developing that skill. I can identify the things that I don't have control over, but I cannot put them on the desk there. You can, and it's not that you forget about them. It's put on the desk. You know it's there. You are concerned about, but it's not in your way. It's not sitting on your shoulder. Mine is like I now that I have learned how to identify them. It has gotten better because before I was just looping through like, oh, and then what, and then, but now I know like, oh, there's nothing. But I'm just worrying about it or like care about it. Let's say like this. I think it's more about caring. It's not worrying. I don't worry about everything anymore. I did like maybe 3-4 years ago, but now I don't. But I care about it. Like you know how you genuinely don't care about what other people think. Not necessarily like not everybody,
not
you
everybody,
know, right?
yeah.
But I do, and I know I shouldn't because I don't have control over it, right? But I still care about it, and that's ridiculously energy draining, time consuming, all the bad stuff. So
and I'll be like, oh well, let's move on.
yeah, you
Like,
can genuinely move on, and that's awesome. So yeah, you already probably have that, but something like, well, you don't have it perfectly, right? But giving you something else that you would do.
I don't know. 'Cause I don't think I'm good at anything else. I was like influence people. Like there are people who. That's another book. They will use metals and they will like. There was one part where they will like influence like people's emotions, but not like give them emotions, right? Like if they already had an emotion, they would just like tinker with it. Like, oh, if they already felt like a little sad, then they can make them feel sadder. Or like if they feel happy, they can make them feel happier. And then, but if you, they say like you're super sad, and then suddenly you want to feel happy, they will notice, oh, someone's messing with my emotions because like that's too big of a contrast or something like that. But I don't think I could do that. That's too much. I'm not that subtle for those things.
Yeah, no.
You're like, yeah, no. I don't know. What would my superpower be?
Yeah, I keep going back to the same thing, but that we just talked about you. I think if I may want to make it a superpower, I would make it like you would have the ability to
Pass my calmness to somebody. Or like.
oh, that's Jesus, isn't it? That's just like healing power. It's like, you're good. Son.
You're good. No.
No. I was thinking more personalized thing. For example, you would have the capability of like a computer that has folders, and you would actually be able to open a specific folder and you be in that folder very cleanly and neatly in terms of like, this is what I'm in right now, and none of the other folders could any way be opened unless I open them. Something like that in terms of mentality. So for example, you're right now recording this podcast, and then you choose to have this folder open and a folder for your
So it'd be like a hyper focus kind of thing.
hyper focus, but in a very efficient, like in a way that is like a computer, because hyper focus has the problem that you cannot focus on two different things at the same time, right? But this, you can have the focus on this, and also the fact that you, I'm just making shit up, like you really, really love your partner, and it's just like, it's this beautiful combination of like thinking like, oh, I love this person so much, and also I'm like having this conversation and having this guy, something like that, like to a perfectionist part of the skill that you have. That is amazing. You're going to be most successful, or at least you're going to be very happy, because you would do what you want to do 100% at that every moment. That's really awesome. You're welcome.
You're
There's
welcome.
nothing wrong and nothing bad with that. Okay, mine
Yeah,
was
because-
the suffering hearing all these people wanting to murder everybody. Like imagine if I like going this shortcut to our one of our podcasts that like somebody having intentions to do something with a kid, and I can hear that. Remember imagine the disgust I would go through, and like responsibility. Right? So mine, okay, let's give you some bad things. Like this is
Yeah, what about me? So what's the the curse? I guess it could be that. No, I don't think so. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a cool superpower.
It is an amazing superpower. It goes with the efficiency. But that's why I think it's just really good. That's why, for example, I see that in you as a current person you are is a super skill. You don't even know how valuable, especially for our job, and the amount of pressure and stress we go through is, and that's one of the reasons you're successful. Without you be constant in the verge of like killing yourself, right? So you're just walking through it like, yeah, there's this fucking sentence that you say, I'm bored, I don't have anything to do, because you have compartmentalized the things that are need to be done, but at this moment you cannot do them, and it doesn't even bother you, their existence. You're
Oh, okay,
able
yeah.
to see like, I'm gonna go home because there's nothing I do, and I want to like, how is that?
You're like, there's so much.
There is so much you should be doing or you can do, and there are that it can be, but you keep on saying like, that's not a priority right now, that can't be put on, and it's true.
Yeah, and
Right?
that's true. Right?
So yeah, so that's why
Okay,
you
okay, I
think
can
it's
see that.
lame.
I was like, what do you mean?
So yeah,
But doesn't everybody do this already?
so consider your character and all that. I think that with the fact that like you also have this little, the Jesus thing we talked about, like you could like actually intentionally like give somebody a little bit of that.
Here you go. Just...
But it's like a package, so it's not like a.
Yeah, exactly. Not
It's
like.
like it's like a little patch, so it works for like an hour for them.
But then, what if when I do that, then I become like, not
You're,
like the opposite of what I'm, and whenever I get in that time. That could be the curse.
that would be curious, but knowing you,
You're
you're
like,
gonna be
you know what?
only like maybe 5 times you're gonna use that.
Yeah, you know what? This is too much.
But you're exactly what you're capable of saying like, yeah, you know, but this sounds like you put yourself in this situation. Right?
Like, sounds like that's your prerogative.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much. You wouldn't make it a curse because you'd be like, no,
Nah.
not worth it.
You know what? To give it back.
You were about to be like putting the band-aid on them, like, no. It's just thought about it. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I think we made it
Yeah.
long enough.
See, it was a good topic.
Yeah, it was a good topic.
It was entertaining. We laughed for sure. I
Mhm.
hope that you guys enjoyed it too. And we're gonna record a video
Yes.
for this.
So-
Probably not today
No.
because I don't feel like it. And you're not tomorrow. Friday.
No, Friday I'll be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it on Friday.
So,
Awesome.
yeah. Awesome, guys.
Thank you
Let
for
us
being
know.
us for a year.
Uh-huh.
You out there that you've been listening to us for a year. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. Keep existing.
Keep existing. This is the reason why this keeps going. Because
You're
we
the
know
reason.
we know there's at least
That's not
one
true.
or
We
two.
genuinely do not think about our audience at all. Just like, have you ever thought of like, oh my god, we don't want to disappoint somebody.
No. Just ourselves.
But because you're not like, if there were somebody that it was like, oh my god, I'm looking, I would genuinely be thinking like, oh wow,
Oh, wow.
we are,
Yeah, we
somebody's
missed
out
it.
there. So if you're there, step up.
Take accountability.
Let that be your skedaddle New Year resolution.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us this week again. And let's skedaddle. Until next time.
Bye bye.